and YouTube as well. So today we're doing things a little bit differently than we usually do. We've decided to give a little bit of an overview of our products, of what we have available here. Instead of focusing on just the one product this week, we're going to look at the whole complete package that Aquadam can offer. And the question we're asking today is basically which tank is right for me. So it all goes all about which application you need our tanks for and what you're going to use it for at the end of the day.
Yes, really, rightfully so. So the reason why we have decided to do this now, we have done a couple of our products over the last 8 to 12 weeks, and it was a massive success. But we came to realize that some of the customers that is actually inquiring and asking for tanks is they're not always quite sure what they want and how to approach it.
Yeah.
And this is actually more like an educational session to actually teach people what type of questions to ask to tank suppliers when they want to inquire about tanks and how to store water. So this is just an informative session. We will, as we go along, we will give some more information away regarding the following couple of weeks of the products that we're going to do. We are still going to do all the product information on a weekly basis, but this is just the beginning to start and to educate people on what type of questions to ask the right questions to get the right results.
That's right. I mean, there's a couple of easy steps to get to the right application or solution that you're looking for. So yeah, Billy, I guess we are ready to go to the question then.
Yeah, let's please start with the presentation, and then we can take it from there.
All right. So there it is. Which tank is right for me? Right. We have various different applications that our tanks can be used for, a wide range of applications. So the question you need to ask yourself is, which application do I need to focus on? What do I want to use a tank for? Is it for rainwater harvesting, for a domestic tank, like we have the home tank there? We have many different applications in our Smart Tank Extreme range. Just want to get my little button here. Sorry, guys.
So what really was actually explaining these
my laser pointer. So in the Smart Tank Extreme range here, we've got very many different options, and there is actually a Smart Tank Express which uses the same kind of material, the same shell, and a similar liner. And the Smart Tank Express is again a DIY solution. So you know, what do you need your tank for is a big question, and then we can supply you with a correct solution for that. Then we have the fire tank, the fire protection tank, which uses a Posmac steel shell instead of the zinc aluminum on the Smart Tank Extreme. The fire tank also doesn't have a liner inside, for instance. And then we have the fusion bonded epoxy coated Rhino tank, which is a more heavily industrial application for guys who might be using it for chemical storage or storage with high acidity, or various different applications for the Rhino tank again. And so if you can get away with using a Smart Tank Express, if you need maybe just a quick bit of 20, 30, 40,000 liters on your farm, for instance, and then you don't have to go for the biggest solution that we've got. You know, we've got options available from the smallest guy to the very largest industrial sized tanks that we can offer.
Yes, really. So this will always be the first and utmost important question to ask yourself: which tank is right for me? So what do I want to use the tank for? Do I want to, like Rudy explained, do I want to store rainwater? Do I want to irrigate? Do I want to have it for my factory, for my warehouse? For my house, is it a fire application? You get different fire applications. You get sprinkler application, you get a hydrant application. So both has got different applications, same tank but different application.
Yeah.
And then, like we also mentioned, the Rhino tank, that one is the tough one, the durable tank, can handle pHs from 2 to 11 and various temperature ranges. So as we go through each step now, we would like, if there's any questions, please ask, but we will also share this video afterwards on Facebook and actually get a larger footprint. So really, I think let's go to the next slide and ask the next question.
Okay. So we will start off then on the, sorry, we forgot to mention, we've also got the Agridome, which is a whole different thing for Aquadam. It has to get an honorable mention as it is part of our product range, very much a part of our product range. We do work a lot with farmers and people in the agricultural industry especially, and a lot of industrial guys. So for us as a company, the Agridome is a perfect fit. So the Agridome is basically a dome shelter with a PVC, hard PVC dome cover, which goes over the poles that you can see there. And it is just a quick and effective and really good looking solution for everybody's storage requirements as well. So along with our great range of steel water tanks and steel liquid storage tanks, we've also branched out a little bit, and this is a great innovation, and it really is a first for South Africa, and we are hoping beyond hope that this will catch on, and I think when it does, it's going to catch on like a house on fire. It's just going to run.
Yes, really, and also thanks a lot for splitting the two. Like we said, it's the same company, but again, this one, the Agridome has got its own applications, and we will go through the applications as we go along. If we can we just please go to the next slide as well, please?
Okay. All right, so here we are starting with our product range. We're going to focus on each one individually a little bit. We've got the Smart Tank Extreme. This is used for irrigation water. It can be used for chemical storage up to certain applications, mostly for potable water. And this is really an all-rounder. It's the classic steel shell water tank that you would know in South Africa. It's got the corrugated zinc aluminum shell with a PVC liner inside. Many different options available in your PVC liner, dependent again on what you're going to use the tank for. Are you going to use it for purely irrigation water storage, or are you going to use it for potable water storage, for instance? And then we can supply the different liners for the different types of tanks that you might need.
Yes, really. So with this, in addition to this one as well, we will get to that later. So the Smart Tank also, it's actually a large capacity. We can do it from 14,000 liters up until 3.2 million liters storage in a single tank, which is actually quite phenomenal. So this one, the Smart Tank Extreme is actually our flagship product, which we have installed thousands over the years for various types of customers. So also with the PVC liners, we can also use various types of PVC liners for different applications. So everything boils down to your application and your need.
No, that's true, and there really is so many options available with this tank. This is beyond the Rhino tank. It's also the tank that we can go the largest with, in terms of volume storage. So 3.2 million liters is an absolutely huge amount of water or whatever liquid you might need to store. And it can be designed to specific different applications. In case of your SG being maybe a heavier storage material that you might need to store in the tank, we can provide you with an option for that as well.
Yes, for instance, again, I want to emphasize this is an educational presentation. So SG means specific gravity. So that means the weight of the product going into your storage. So let's say, for instance, water's SG is 1:1. That means 1 liter of water equals 1 kg, 1 kilogram. So that is the SG. When you go to grain storage, grain, for instance, is 0.8. The weight of grain is 0.8. So it is a much lighter product than what water is. So then you use a different application. When you go to chemicals, like on the mine, some of the products can even go to a 1.4, 1.5 SG. Which that then means we will have to redesign the actual tank, as well as we will have to design a specific line or have a specific line of design for your application. So anything is doable. It depends on what your need is again.
Right. Yeah, and we are open to working on our design within the scopes, and we will get it engineered, approved, and designed for whatever the customer would require at the end of the day.
Yeah, really. Just also to add on there, we have spent lots of time and lots of money on our designs with our engineer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about almost close to 30 years of designing, and we constantly do R&D. We like to upgrade and update our design constantly. So we can design according to your need. We do standardly design to an optimal level to give you the best water storage solution at the best cost.
Correct.
So that is a standard. Should you need anything else, it can be designed according to your project.
Right. I mean, Aquadam established in 1992, and so you've got about 30 years of experience here to work with. It's a huge knowledge base in the company itself. So there's really very little that can scare us when it comes to the designing and installing of tanks. All right, so I think we can move on then to the...
Yes, I would just, before we move
Sure.
on, I would just also like to emphasize our tank. It's a corrugated tank, so it's not just a normal roof corrugated sheet that you buy and put on your roof. No. We are the only company in the world that can and is doing this specific profile, the corrugated profile.
Yeah.
You will see when we do the extreme full-on presentation that will be on the 15th of October, you will see our tank sheet has got 14 corrugations. So actually we have 14 horizontal stiffness on each tank, on each sheet
yeah.
going right around the tank. So this is also the first for South Africa, and I believe also the first in the world, that this type of corrugated profile is being made. Also a massive good point, and a really knowledgeable point to know and to have when you want to inquire about a tank and what specific tank you would like to inquire about.
I think it's safe to say it is the strongest tank for the money that you're going to spend on the market versus all these other options that are available, some of these other options that are available. Here you've got something that's cost effective, and it is a great solution that's going to last years and years, and we're talking about 20 plus years easily.
Most definitely, really. We design our tanks on a lifespan of 50 years and plus, and we give a 20-year pro rata warranty. So there's no other company in South Africa that can offer you this, but we're not here to talk about us today. We want to educate our customers and to give a little bit of our knowledge out there to whomever needs to inquire about a tank. And any tank suppliers, please ask the correct questions before you make a decision.
Right. So the first question you're going to ask basically when you get the Smart Tank Extreme, for instance, if you're looking at a tank like this, what kind of volume do you require? What's your volume that you need stored? You know, that's the starting point. Then you look at the space that you have available, because we have, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we've got about 600 different sizes that we can offer customers. That's a whole lot of different dimensions to work with. So have a look at the space you have available, have a look at the volume that you need stored, what do you need to use the water for, or the liquid that you're going to store in the tank for, and then we can take it from there. Okay. Right, let's go on to the Smart Tank Express then. Right, the Smart Tank Express is basically the same material as the Smart Tank Extreme. It uses the same brilliantly corrugated profile steel sheets, that zinc aluminum material, and it also has a PVC liner inside. The options on the Smart Tank Express are a little bit more limited. It goes from 41,000 liters to a 400,000 liter tank maximum. And the reason for that is this is a DIY solution. This is definitely for bang for your buck. This is the best tank that money can buy, especially for guys, as I mentioned. I think this is just the perfect tank for guys in the agricultural industry who don't need to have a roof on their tank, who might not need to have external cat ladders and internal ladders, and they have the guys available who can install this tank themselves as well. They've got the knowledge base there, and they've got the labor to be able to do that. So here you've got a great tank. We supply the tank with everything included. Your liner is included, every nut and bolt that you're going to need is included, all the sheets are included. It's flat packed and easily transportable, and you basically purchase this tank from us, collect it here at Aquadam, or we can deliver it for you close to where you are or where you might be. And just look at the great tank that you can put up yourself. Within a day or two, this tank will be standing 100%, no problem. We are here to guide you through that process as well. So I think for guys who are looking at getting a water storage solution on their farm, and they don't want to go out and buy something which might have a more industrial application, this for your irrigation water, especially with the liners that are available with this tank, you can't go wrong. You know, if you're willing to just install the tank yourself, we give you a manual. We will guide you through the process. This is absolutely the perfect tank for those kind of scenarios and for those kind of customers.
Yes, really, like I said, like you said, it's a quick and effective solution to get your water storage with no fuss. So the DIY tank and the manual that we've done, again, we've done all the hard work so that you don't have to. The manual that you will get is so easy to install this tank. If you should struggle, we can assist you over the phone or over WhatsApp call or over WhatsApp video call. We can assist you there and then on your farm. We have sold, I'm literally talking about thousands and thousands of these tanks over the last years, and we've had no problems from any of our customers that struggled with the installation. That is how easy it is. Yeah. That is always one of the questions that our customers ask. How easy is it to install this? Now I can tell you it is very, very easy. Again, should you struggle with the installation manual, we can assist you over the phone or over a WhatsApp call or whatever the case might be, how you want to get in contact. We can assist you then to actually get the tank installed.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's just as you say, it's really the best no fuss solution for installing for getting your water storage on. And I would say the main market for this has been farmers. They really love it, and yeah, I'm just super happy with this as a product. It really is if you look at rand and cents value, you know, cents per liter, this is the best tank that you're going to buy when it comes to cents per liter. Yeah. It might not be able to give you all the applications that, for instance, the Smart Tank Extreme can give you, but that again is maybe for a different customer, maybe for a different solution that you're looking for application.
Yes, most definitely. And the reason why there's, like Rudy mentioned, limited tanks in this series, there's only 9. And the reason why there's only 9 is we are doing, like I said, our research constantly, and the 9 tanks that we are offering are the 9 most commonly used tanks on the farms for irrigation and the most popular ones. I can also say that we were the first guys in this industry who actually did the DIY tanks to put them out on the market, and we've actually evolved them to a point where it's available at any of your nearest corporation. I'm not going to mention or market any of the corporations' names here, but it's available at any corporation close to you. It's even available on our website, on our store, but please do support the corporations. They've always been there for us, and we would like to be there for them as well.
Yeah, isn't that cool? We got an online store where you can purchase this tank straight up, and you've got all the sizes there and everything's available. You just can click and order your tank online. You don't even need to call and talk to a nasty salesman. All right, let's go on then to the next product, which will be the fire protection tank. This is really a personal favorite of mine. The tank is designed for use in the fire industry. It can be used in agricultural and chemical water storage and chemical storage as well. Why I love this tank so much is it's got this beautiful Posmac steel shell, and it doesn't have a liner inside, but we'll get to that later. Now, the beauty of this Posmex steel is it's such a great steel product that it is by far the most anti-corrosive steel that you can get on the market. Or sorry, I should say corrosion-resistant steel that you can get on the market. It is a massively innovative product in the steel industry, and for us as Aquadam being the only company in South Africa who is able to supply a tank with that steel shell is, I think, a great boon for us. Yeah, I just can't get enough of talking about this Posmex steel and the beautiful tank that we can make with it. So we've put up quite a few of them already. I think we're standing at a good 8 or so standing around South Africa, and they're working fantastically, and it is just another awesome innovation and a real game changer for South Africa is this Posmex steel shell fire tank that we're giving.
Yes, and I would also like to brag about this tank that we have recently, about a week ago, this specific tank, our fire tank, has been approved by the SAIFP. You can please go and have a look at it. We will still have, we're just waiting for our official certificate. We have received the letter, but we will put the official certificate on our website. We are very proud of that. This is the first tank at the SAIFP that has been approved for fire water for the fire industry. Just please keep in mind there is no governing body that's got jurisdiction on our product, on our design, that can tell us or can tell you who you can use or you cannot use. We supply you are allowed to use, and we supply you are not allowed to use. So please, if you have any problems or any questions, contact us. We will guide you through the process. We have been in this industry for quite a while, so we will be able to assist you. Really, just also to add on the Posmex shell with no liner. The reason why we're doing this, as everything evolves in the world, you used to get galvanized material, then came zinc loom, and now comes Posmex. Now, Posmex is currently the most durable steel option available, except for epoxy FBE, but we will get to the FBE. But a nice thing, we are also the only company that can give you all of these products for different applications. So we've got for agriculture, industrial, fire protection, chemical storage. We've got everything for anybody to store anything, anywhere.
Yeah, correct. And I think this tank is going to take the fire industry itself by storm. Talking about governing bodies and so on, there is no, there literally is no reason why they shouldn't be using this tank, and it's been tried and tested, and it is certainly acceptable under any kind of conditions or any kind of standard. It is by far acceptable for that. As you say, it is now accepted under that governing body, the
SAIFP.
SAIFP, not the FAIFP. All right.
I would just like to really, before we go, like I mentioned earlier when we started, there's different applications in the fire industry.
Yeah.
The two most common ones are the sprinklers. There you will require 2 tanks, and then you get the hydrant. So we have done applications for both for hydrant installations as well as sprinkler installations. We are actually now busy at 2 different sites with the sprinkler installations.
Yes.
We have completed our first hydrant installation with the fire tank successfully. Project has been signed off successfully, and everybody is happy.
Absolutely great. That's so cool. And I mean, this is a new innovation, and isn't that something really special? New innovations in the South African market, in the South African industry, a purely South African product at the end of the day. What an amazing thing it actually is.
We would like to call it the new normal, but let's not go there.
Let's please not talk about the new normal. All right, then moving on to the Rhino Tank, the big boy. So the Rhino Tank has multiple uses. You name it, the Rhino Tank can be used for it. It is a fusion bonded epoxy shell for heavy chemical and water treatment applications, and it also doesn't need a PVC liner inside. And yeah, talking a little bit about that fusion bonded epoxy shell, for which we are also now using the Posmex steel, by the way, on our Rhino Tank.
Correct.
So it is by far the strongest steel shell that you can get on the market, and extremely durable, extremely corrosion resistant, extremely acidic resistant. You name it, this tank can store it.
Yes, the typical application for the Rhino tank, as Rudy faithfully mentioned there, this is the big boy. This one can handle pHs from 2 to 11, temperatures up to 60, 80 degrees constantly. We have installed some of these tanks at various harsh sites that's using harsh elements. So this is what is actually called in industry as the FBE, fusion bonded epoxy. The short name is FBE. This product can store anything, anything. And as well as a bonus on this one, there's a couple of colors available that you can also choose from. Brown, there's red, there's blue, there's green. So there are also two blending at your factory, at your warehouse, at your industrial site. This is more actually 100% for industrial, even on the commercial farms where I don't want to give a lot of our customers an IP away, but at the industrial farms where they need to actually store some chemicals that's actually harsh chemicals for their production, or that comes out of their production or out of their livestock or whatever, this tank is it. This is, you will not get a better tank that can store liquids or anything than the Rhino tank, guaranteed.
Sure. And just to give you an idea, I'm also working with one of the mines out in Dabazimbi's side, where they were possibly going to go with a concrete dam, a concrete structure, and it was going to cost them millions upon millions of rands to get this concrete structure built. But once they saw and heard about the Rhino tank and what it can do for a lot less than what that concrete structure was going to cost them at the end of the day, but still, a reasonably well-priced tank, they've decided to change the whole project, and they want to go with the Rhino tank now. That's just one example of the innovation again that the Rhino tank can offer. And another thing that I really love about it is our new logo here. You can see the rhino horn there. I think that just looks really cool.
Just to show, this is a very tough tank.
It's a Rhino tank.
As a Rhino.
Correct.
That's why this tank is the Rhino tank.
So no, the rhinos are not going extinct. They're very much alive here.
They are, indeed. Really, indeed they are. So again, no PVC liner inside. You don't need a PVC liner on this on the Rhino tank. But when we do the Rhino tank exhibition or the expo, that'll be on the 22nd of October, you will be able to get more technical information on how the tank works, how it's been put together, more of the applications, more of the technical information, and actually where we have used it before.
Sure. And next week's the fire tank, right?
Yes, next week we will do the fire tank. That will be hosted by Scholl, and the co-hosting side will be really next week. So we look forward to that one as well.
Right, and then we got from the very biggest and toughest one to the smallest and the most, how can I say, pretty one that we have, which is the home tank range, which is for your rainwater storage and rainwater harvesting. These awesome home tanks range from 2,000 or 1,500 liters, and they can go right up to about 50,000 liters. Okay, but we do really try to focus on the small and the compact areas for these home tanks. So we sell most of these tanks in a range from about 1.5 to 10,000 liters. Around that range is the best selling capacity for these tanks.
Yes, so you get them in round, the circular ones, and you also get them in the slimline ones. It's the oblong one. So you will see this is now a specific white one and a specific greyish, darkish, blackish one. So there's 13 chroma deck colors to choose from to blend into your environment. Whether you're living in an estate, where I know there's always rules in all the estates. Must be a specific color, it's not allowed to go over the wall, and this and that must be going through the governing bodies. Should you need our assistance to go and see the governing body or the body at your place, we can go with you and we can do a presentation for them. We have done it before, and we have successfully installed, I would say, thousands of these tanks over the last couple of years. This is also quite a new baby to the family, but we have done a lot of these tanks in a lot of estates throughout Gauteng mainly, but in Limpopo and Mpumalanga as well, we have done a couple of them as well. So these are also available on our online store.
Yeah.
And the home tank we are now merging with our express tank through our expos. So the home tank and the express tank will be on the 8th of October. That'll be in 2 weeks' time, where Cindy will be the host for the home tank and the express tank merging into one expo.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is for our really our domestic home type of customer, and we've had such great success. You know, one of these slimline tanks, especially, you've always got space issues. A lot of these places, especially around the estates and that, have quite limited space in the garden area and so on. And you don't want a tank to be taking up, half the room you have available. So these slim lines are designed to be able to fit into all these awkward little spaces, and they don't take up, they're not an eyesore. They can be pretty well hidden away. It is an aesthetically pleasing tank to look at anyway. It just looks beautiful, and with the colors that are available as well, you can really blend this tank in very well. So for your rainwater harvesting needs, saving water, that's something that the company really believes in, is helping save water for future generations. That's literally our motto. So this is the perfect tank for that application. I think one of these slim lines actually is standing in Camps Bay, so it's very fashionable, and it really looks good, and it can really fit in with the modern households, with the modern houses. Modern and great product.
Yes, Rudy, just to add on there, what I always say is rainwater. Rainwater for me is free water. It is water given by our Lord above, and it's for free. You don't have to pay for it. You can put it in your tank, you can store it, and you can use it for whatever application you want to do. So why pay for water to use at your house if you can actually get it for free? If you don't get a lot of rain this season, you can always top it up with the municipal water. But to store free water, for me, that's a bonus.
Yeah, you're going to save money at the end of the day. I mean, what could be better than that?
Definitely so.
All right. And then we're back at the Agridome, the new innovative product. I mean, Aquadam just doesn't stop innovating. It's amazing. The Agridome, it's a versatile and cost-effective solution. This is the dome shelter cover solution for your farm, equestrian arena, warehousing, you name it. The Agridome has so many different applications and uses. It is, again, another aesthetically pleasing product, and it is extremely practical. And the reason I say that is look at the different ways that you can actually install the Agridome as well. You can use it on containers. So if you've got a container, your dome on top of containers, you can even use your containers as additional storage space. So you can at certain warehouses or industrial areas, you might want to build small offices inside of these containers or that kind of thing. You've got your equestrian arenas that they're just perfect for that. They can be used for air hangars, for storing small airplanes and so on, small to medium, large airplanes. And it looks great. It is a low maintenance product, meaning that you can clean it easily, and it will keep looking good for many years to come. Versus your traditional steel structures, which have the square, spaces inside where little critters and stuff can end up making their nests and so on. You'll never have that problem with the Agridome. It keeps it cooler during the summer, and it can keep it warmer during the winter because of the aesthetics of the Agridome, because of how it's designed.
Yeah, as well as it's a lot softer and noise reduced for your livestock inside
During heavy rain and
and
hailstorms and so on, yeah.
It's not a steel roof where it actually falls down hard and your animals actually gets to panicking inside the shelter where it's a steel structure. This is a PVC soft structure for your livestock, for your animals as well.
Yeah.
And it also pushes up production. We have done a couple of them. We have actually got the specifications. If you would like to speak to us about it, please do get in contact with us. We can give it to you. We cannot guarantee it, but we can give you our research specifications and information. We can give that to you.
Yes, definitely. Your animals are basically going to be less stressed, and they're going to be in a healthier and cleaner environment, and that's just going to increase animal production by itself. I think that kind of speaks for itself. You know, if people want to see I think it's just logical. If you want to see the research behind it, it is also available.
Most definitely is. And the material we use to cover it's a PVC ripstop material. So it's actually quite a very material that can actually handle quite a lot of stress and quite a lot of elements as well. And if need be, it can be easily replaceable in future should the need arises. It's also
Sure.
UV resistant and UV stable, because that's also one of the questions that arises. Yeah, but it's PVC and you've got the UV and the sun. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true, but that's why it's a ripstop material. It's actually protected against the UV and the sun.
Yeah, it's not going to get brittle over time.
Not at all.
It's as I understand it, ripstop material is also what they use on those big trucks and stuff, like the SAB trucks and
The tarpaulin, yeah.
the
So
tarpaulin is a ripstop tarpaulin.
very, very strong material, yeah.
It's made to handle pretty harsh conditions, hectic conditions. So there's no problem with that. Anything
Really
you want
for
to
me,
add for
that's
the Agridome? Okay.
That's it, yeah. Just to remember, the Agridome is up on the 1st of October. It will be presented by yours truly, Rudy. And
Thank you.
yeah, please look out for the ads.
All right, so we'll move on to some of the accessories that are available for the Aquadom's products. You know, we've got really a wide range of accessories and different options. I think we've covered some of them when we were talking just now, going through the different products. But you know, when you're going to buy a tank, and then you need to also one of these steel shell tanks with a PVC liner inside. You need to think of the application you're going to use it for, and if the engineers and so on will probably be able to guide you or assist you with this. But then you're going to need to choose which kind of liner will work for you. So if you can send us the specs according to what your application is going to be, we might even be able to advise you, okay, well, this is the liner that's going to work for you, and we might be able to assist you with that as well. Okay, so we've got a wide range. We can provide liners for a wide range of applications for different pH values, temperature ranges up to 100 degrees Celsius. We can provide a food grade liner for these food kind of places like abattoirs and all these kind of places where the water must be extremely pure. It's very, very important that the water must stay extremely pure. And then we can also provide a potable water liner. And then we've got lightweight liners available, which are purely for irrigation water, for instance. If it's not going to be for animal or human consumption at all, then we've got those liners available as well.
Yeah, really. Just to add on there, it's not always about the thickness.
Yeah.
Some people say, yeah, but I can get 1,000 grams per square meter. You know what? That's very good. It's a very thick material. But the question that needs to be asked, it's not what the thickness, but what type. Is it a potable water? How has it been manufactured? Who is the manufacturer? What is the warranty you're getting from the manufacturer? So
the PVC makeup is actually
Yes.
completely different for a potable water liner.
Yes.
So if you get a 1,000 gram liner, it doesn't mean it's going to be suitable for potable water.
Exactly.
It goes about how that liner is made, what kind of treatment it's been getting. Has it got the lacquer treatment or or however they do it to actually give you a potable water liner? So it can be a 500 gram liner, but it's still
Potable,
But
yes.
it's still potable water.
So it's not the thickness of the liner, but the type of the liner, how it's been manufactured. So always ask these questions as well.
Yeah.
Don't just ask how thick is your liner, because some people also misunderstand that you get it's 1,000 grams. So now they want to measure it against the weight. It's 1,000. So it's actually micron. So let's take for instance a 550 micron PVC liner. So when you want to use it as a weight, it's 550 grams per square meter of material. That is how you actually measure the material in microns and not in weights.
Sure. And yeah, just to reiterate, so if somebody wants to sell you, okay, well, I've got this 1,000 gram liner, so it must be better. Not always. It's not always the case. It really depends on the type of liner that you're getting and the quality of the liner that you're getting. And we will always advise you on the best liner for the solution that you need. When it comes to other accessories, we've got a super wide range of nozzles that are available. We have flanges for every application, table D, 1600, 1000, you name it. We have sizes ranging from about 30 millimeters right up to 500 millimeters. We can provide a scour for a drain on our tanks. We always advise that it is the best solution to have a scour running through your ring beam, as that picture shows there at the bottom, with a butterfly valve, which we also provide. And yeah, we've just got all the different applications, the flanges that you might need for your different solutions. We can provide you with that.
Yeah, so what Rudy says is we need to know, according to your design, or however you want to put your water in your tank and get it out of the tank, we just need to know the sizes. We then pre-cut the nozzles in our warehouse, in our factory, to actually have it correct, and it's supervised, and it's the quality control is excellent, and then it just gets assembled on site. So there's no hot works on site. The danger working on site is much less. So the way we do it is
There's no welding.
There's no welding on site. There's actually no cutting on site. So
in fact, the sheets, sorry, Billy, the sheets are even pre-cut to, so there's nobody is grinding on site. Nobody's using a grinder on site. We actually pre-cut our sheets and transport them. So it's all about just putting it together on site for the teams as well.
Exactly, like Rudy said, we do inlets, outlets, overflow, scours or drain pipe, various sizes, various quantities. So again, whatever your need is, we can accommodate you, and we can assist you to give you what you need for your specific project.
So yeah, send us any specs that you might have, and we will definitely be able to assist you with that, especially for the more industrial projects. Yeah, just important to keep in mind, think about what kind of inlet and what kind of outlet will work for you when you're the irrigation guys, and that according to the volumes that you've got, what sizes you might need to give you the best solution, because we are going to ask you that. We have steel dome roofs available for our tanks. We've got a really great product here as well. Our steel dome roof is some of the best, I think, that you can find. The dome roofs supplied by Aquadam are able to withstand 200 kilograms per square meter, wind speeds of 100 kilometers per hour as a standard. We can design for higher speeds. The Whirlybird ventilator and lockable access hatch are included as standard. And yeah, they are available for all of our range of tanks, and that is including the express tank. So we've got the steel dome, the flat roof available for the express tank,
for the express tanks,
and which doesn't have that dome shape, but it is also a bit easier to install for the guys who want to do the DIY solution. And then we've got the beautiful steel dome roof. This roof will also go on the fire tank, and will go on the Rhino tanks as well. But
yes,
you know, different roofs are available that we can design should you require that as well.
Yeah, I would just like to, please, I want to put a lot of emphasis on this specific slide. We design as a standard to give the customer the optimal, best cost solution to suit their specific site and their need. So as a stand, there's no need to design higher than 100 or faster wind speed than 100 kilometers an hour.
No.
You design according to your site and according to your province where the tank needs to be installed. So there's no need to design as a standard to 130 or 100 or 200 kilometers an hour, but we can do that. We can design to higher wind speeds, but at a cost as well.
Yeah.
So we give you the most optimal design product to suit your need. If it needs to go over or higher or a bigger specification, we can do it. It just needs to be designed accordingly. Please keep that in mind. It can be done.
Yeah, there's no point in over designing something and charging your customer a whole lot of extra money when they don't actually need it. You know, we want to give our customers what they need. We always try to make our customer the hero of the story, and this is one of the ways that we do it, is by giving them the right solution at the best possible price. Yeah, so just for our customers out there, the importance of a steel roof or a roof on your tank, it has a lot of benefits, you know. Number one, it's going to keep your tank, your water, especially if you've got potable water, it's going to keep it safe and clean and pure for drinking water. Nothing's going to be able to get into your tank. It has a safety aspect to it. You know, folks can't just, there might be kids around or something, and people can't just fall into the tank easily. The access hatch is lockable as a standard, so it's got a safety feature to that, and it also keeps your UV out of your tank inside. It keeps the sun out of your water, so your water will actually last longer for you. You're not going to lose a lot of water due to evaporation.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that give you the benefit of having a steel dome roof on your tank.
Yeah, the evaporation as well as the algae growth with the roof, and also safety. There's the safety, like Rudy mentioned. If it's at a community, there's no children, because children will always be children, and when it's hot and there's water, they want to swim. So if you have a roof on and you have your ladder on, we can even do your ladder as a lockable ladder at the bottom of the cage, and on top, like Rudy mentioned, the manual is lockable, so you will be able to keep children safe as well, and not fall into the tank and hurt themselves.
Especially for areas like schools and so on. I mean, these tanks are great for those kind of applications. And there you don't want to have a danger of, say, one of the kids being able to fall into that water. What a disaster. Okay. So a little bit on our ladders here. We've got an external cat ladder and an internal ladder as well, designed and built here at Aquadam by ourselves. They are galvanized and built to the highest safety spec by Aquadam. And there's just a couple of pics of what our cat ladders actually look like. And there you can see the hatch as well. That's the lockable access as well on these ladders.
Yes, I would just like also, with everything that we design, everything gets designed according to specifications.
Yes.
The AWWA D103 specifications, SANS specifications, ANSI specifications. So each and every tank that gets designed, you can rest assured it's been designed to the correct standards that we have to comply to according to the South African rules and regulations, governing body and everything. So we do comply, and we do manufacture to all the highest standards, actually worldwide standards, world-known standards as well.
Yeah, and it's a great thing, especially that internal ladder. If you want to do maintenance on your tanks, you've got your access hatch there, quite easy to get in and out of the tank to be able to maintain your tanks. It's always recommended probably to clean the tanks every now and then and that kind of thing. So that's what you're going to need these ladders for.
Yes. Our ladders also, you will see there's a safety cage on it that is also according to standards, safety practice and rules and regulations. So we comply to everything that needs to be done.
Right, then we've got ring beam foundation. Aquadam can do the ring beams, which we call a ring beam, which is basically the base of the tank. I shouldn't say the base of the tank, which is the what everybody refers to as the concrete slab. Can you provide a slab for the tank? So what we provide is, which is pretty standard in the industry, it's called a ring beam. It really looks like a donut, and in the middle of that ring beam, it's actually going to be open. It's about plus minus 300 millimeters wide. Some are a bit smaller. They're about 150 millimeters wide, depending on the size of the tank. And they are engineered, designed, and approved. So the ring beam foundations are really built according to these approved engineered designs, and this is going to ensure the safety of your tank. And I just think it's great that Aquadam can provide this service. You don't need to get any other contractors out to be able to do this. It's basically a one-stop solution. Aquadam builds the ring beam, and we build the tank on the ring beam which we have provided for you.
Yes, really, I don't want to correct you there, but I
Sorry.
actually am going to. The smallest ring beam in width is 500 millimeters,
Excuse me, yeah.
and the
Sorry, I'm thinking about the height.
the height is 300 millimeters. Yes, but again, we can design bigger. We actually just designed for a customer. We designed a 900 millimeter wide ring beam,
Yeah.
and we've done a 550 deep ring beam. That is according to the swell conditions that needed to be done. So yet again, we can redesign to anything that you need. But standard, 500 wide, 300 deep. It also depends on the size and the height of the tank. The bigger tanks will be 800 millimeters wide and also 300 millimeters deep.
Okay.
This is also, each tank has to be anchored onto a ring beam for various reasons that we can discuss when we do an inquiry. But it's very important to know that your tank needs to be anchored. And then the question always comes, can I as the customer do it myself? The answer is yes. Should you wish to, you can do it. We will give you the specification according to our engineer design, and you can do the ring beam accordingly, or we can do it for you. That also depends on you. We are always for the customer, so where the customer needs to save costs, we are there to assist the customer.
Right, so yeah, just something important to keep in mind. What a ring beam is and what the kind of basics of a ring beam and why we would need to provide that for you as a customer. And I think, Billy, that's basically it when it comes to the accessories of of our tanks that we can offer our customers. So everybody is welcome to contact us. We are available. Most of us are available 24/7 if you've got our mobile numbers and so on as well. Always willing to help. You can contact us. We are situated in Alvain Street here in Waltloo in Pretoria. That's on the eastern industrial side of Pretoria. You can contact us on our number here, 086 100 1010. Come through to the office. We are on www.aquadam.co.za. As I said, there is a lot of interesting things to be seen there as well regarding our products, and you can even order some of our products straight from our website. And then we've got the direct email straight to the sales team. That is sales@aquadam.co.za. We are also very active on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. I think this is testament to that fact that we do a weekly stream on Facebook and YouTube, and on Zoom as well. If you want to join in on a Zoom meeting and have a bit of a Q&A session with us, we always welcome it, and we always enjoy interacting with you guys on this stream. And again, our email there, sales@aquadam.co.za. Email us your inquiries, and one of the team will get back to you.
Yeah, really, thanks a lot for this informative session. I would just again like to ask if there's anything else we did not mention or any questions you might have. Please don't hesitate to contact us. Like Rudy said, sales@aquadam.co.za. Should you have your own personal consultant's details, please ask us the questions and ask us to guide you to make the correct decisions by asking the right questions to the right supplier. Don't just go overboard and over your head and just go about saving money and cost and buying the cheapest tank on the market. Trust me, it's not worth it. We've been in the industry for many years. We've seen many companies come, we've seen many companies go due to they just want to sell on price. Do not buy on price. Like I always say, you don't have to buy from me, but use our knowledge and just give us a fair chance and compare apples with apples when you start asking questions and when you need to purchase a water tank. Don't just go for the cheapest one. People, please ask the correct questions. We have systems in place where we can assist you by asking the suppliers where you want to inquire about pricing and tanks. We've got systems and documents in place where you can actually send it to them and ask them to give you their technical specifications to compare apples with apples and not just go about buying for price. So if anything you need, don't hesitate us, contact us at the numbers that Rudy just gave us. And thanks Rudy for this informative session. I actually enjoyed it.
Awesome, thanks Billy. Thanks for being a co-host today, and your knowledge in the industry is always is so great. I always tap into your knowledge when there's anything that I don't know. I mean, Willie has been around here for, I think it's 12 years, going on 13 years now at
Yes.
Aquadam. So he knows what it is talking about when it comes to these tanks, and I've learned a lot from him as well. So I really appreciate that, Willie.
That's my pleasure. So for everybody that is now watching on Facebook, please do get in contact with us. Everybody looking on or watching on YouTube as well. Please, we are doing a weekly expo, like Rudy said. We are streaming live. If you need anything, please ask us. You can ask us on Facebook. You can mail us. You can go onto our website. You can ask questions there. Wherever you feel the need to get in contact with us to assist you by making the correct decisions, please don't hesitate to contact us.
All right. So thank you very much, Willie. I think that's going to call it a day. I don't think we've got any questions happening on Zoom at the moment. So I really appreciate everybody who has tuned in on Facebook and YouTube. And I hope you all have a great day. We will see you next week, Thursday, with a fire tank with Charles is in the hot seat next week, Thursday. And I think I will be his co-host. So see you guys then. Have a great week further, and we'll see you.
From my side, Willie, again, thanks a lot for your time. Keep well. Stay safe. See you again soon. Thank you. Goodbye.